ればお別れ夢は時幻にあなたを追いかけていた光の中で抱かれるたび暖かい風を頼り
It got me feeling like gin off this gin. I'm melodic with the smoke in the air, and the smell is hypnotic with a strawberry swish blunt with a whole lot of chronic in a pocket with a wallet with a whole lot of nada. I be stressed, but it got me in the ethereal mode with a serious soul in a cereal bowl. Like I'm searching for the sunflower, I'ma go on the road, but keep my mind open, infinite like the Konami code. Hip hop is my soul. Hope you looking when he's rapping, b-boy spinning to the beat like Mugen when he's scrapping. I'm jugging and I'm lapping on my way to Shangri-La, but some live, some die in the way of the samurai. Hear my battle cry, I might stay late and keep my fresh on the sideways 8. Yeah, I might make babes. All I need is some risotto and a cosplay chick that was born in Kyoto. Why? But that's a no-no if I ain't got that protection B. I keep my sword sheath. I don't need no BM stressing me. I wonder if there's a message G when I hear these new rappers. I ain't hating you rappers, but I prefer the boom bappers. It's the truth rappers, it's the war of the words, and I'm standing on top the castle representing the third. I guess you ain't heard, I'm following my destiny, following the God of fools, father to the death of me. A cross on my chest and resolve in my heart. Ain't shit you can do to bring a stop to this march, bring a stop to this art. You must be JK, and I grab the mic and get loud like an AK spray, and then I stay laying this heat over beats. I got the resolve of a beast, so girl put your knees over these shoulders right here, they holding up the world already. Mujushin style stabbers got your girl all sweaty. Ah, you mad bro, my bad, I'm in my zone. Miyamoto Musashi with the microphone. The best squad in the city is watching my back. I might hit you with the two-piece like Mataza the Zap. I'm just talking that crap, I'm a peaceful warrior. And my flow Mega Man, I'll defeat and absorb ya while I'm hungover off gin and soda. I'm a fucking hero, dog, man, I beat Genova. Word to Jehovah, right hand on the rhyme. The way I'm rapping these lines so you can examine my mind. Take a step inside, don't be afraid. I'll let the beat lead me while I lead the way. And I seen today as I read the sermon that all I can tell you's only death is certain, but the way of the samurai is found in death. You might hear a lot of deep shit, but mine sounds the best. Yes, yeah. This one, baby. KV Anime on the beat. Hood Hemingway. Hot damn, hot damn, hot damn, yeah, 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 hot damn. Hot damn, hot damn, hot damn, yeah, 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 yeah. Hot damn, it's hot out here, but I'm sipping on some Pinot. Yeah, you probably heard of me somewhere, maybe Sumino. Yeah, I love Hina, not as much as Ray Hino. Studied under greats, yeah, boy, I feel like Gino. She horny like she kinda there. Bitch got tits like Sonic there. Catch me in that box like a motherfucking solid snake. Golden week forever, crying every day a holiday. Catch me up on top and post it up, sipping ramen there like, top and bottomless. Slizzy on the Nautilus, my bitch is 2D, but she looking like a model bitch. I'm nerving on the capsule like I'm Tetsuo economist. Spit it with that weave shit, who'da ever thought of this? Mix it with the G-Talk, feel like Cowboy Bebop. I Nico knees, fuck around and hit a C-Walk. Don't know how to do it, boy, I'm walking on the treetops. Big chicken on mail, man, R.I.P. the 3-part. Bobbing and weaving, bobbing and weaving. Everywhere I go, they like, boy, you got them painting there. That weave, y'all feel like Keenan, but they calling me the guy for a whole nother reason. Bobbing and weaving, bobbing and weaving. Everywhere I go, they like, boy, you got them painting there. That weave, y'all
I feel like Keenan, but they calling me the guy for a whole nother reason.
Yeah, bobbing on weave like a boss. Except I got sauce. Haters just mad cause they lost. Like an HD, that's lossless. Lover go high, that's topless. I don't talk shit, I just make hits. But ironically, that's the same bitch. Nigga get a whole lot of hate lately. Just cut them off like an ex-baby. I rap crazy, that's weed talk like me. Hulk, cut a nigga down. AG, man, that's the fucking town. Get money, no time to fuck around. Blow that shit on Dojins. Only Chinese always going. That's what co-eyes always screaming for my essence. They be paying it, ooh. Get paid for a show, then stack them Dojins to the ceiling. Who better than the senpai when they bump me in your region too? Been making this fire like I'm Zuko clapping overdue. Buffing girls been getting wet like Bruto since I first came through. It's unfair, but I don't care. These show girls throw they underwear. Her stockings, I'm about to tear. She riding like my dick the fair. Came in like a fucking boss, left without a fucking law. Guilty gear, I troll like false. Bob and weave, but I still floss.
I think this BBP.
No stranger to anger, with a stainless banger. I be a CE ranger, incarnate danger. But my best friend was born in the manger. He tried to change me, but I ain't timeless. My times are the wildest, so I stay in this place with violence. In a 9-piece equipped with silence. I be sipping on Mises, but it don't really do shit for me. And I call on Jesus, but he won't empty that clip for me. And I met a winged figure in the rain in the gutter, said his name was Metatron, and he did not stutter. Said my destiny would be the best to be, and the recipe was a microphone and a mutter. My goodness, covered in stains. Spend eternity smothered in flames for the love of the game. What the fuck am I saying? I've been up in this. Yeah, my faith is endless, but sins are tremendous. And now I'm breaking the Guinness, running on this road paved with good intentions. When this sentence commences, I hope they ready for business. Sharpen the edge of my weapons. Every demon's damn near defenseless. I be like, where the motherfucking drink at? Where the motherfucking stank? Where the motherfucking paint at? Thought I was bringing that saint back. What in the fuck would ever make you think that? I've been living this legend. No, I've been living a lie. Probably be flipping a pie if it wasn't for the schism inside. I've been constricted with pride since I was a baby. Alcohol, angels, and assault rifles. Which one's gonna save me? Alcohol, angels, and assault rifles. All I wanna know, which one's gonna save me? Alcohol, angels, and assault rifles. Which one's gonna save me?
Welcome everybody to another episode of Knights of the Coffee Table. This is Excel. I'm here as always with Stone Monkey and Sinrise. Guess what? The first time in a while on a Tuesday night, we got Vash the Token Dargan with us.
God damn right.
It's about goddamn time.
Oh, what's up, everybody?
God damn it, Stone Monkey. But
yeah.
Quit taking giant rips off your like fucking water pipe on stream. Nobody wants to hear that shit.
Not to take rips. Don't be talking all that bullshit.
Sorry, I forgot to mute why I started that, man.
Anyway, man, how's everybody doing today? No,
not too bad.
Last night we did a stream. We played some Apex Legends, and Stone Monkey gave Vash the Token Dargan $10 that I still need to send him via PayPal for his birthday.
Hell yeah, bro! Gotta show my buddy some love, you know.
Yep. Thank you again, by the way.
Fuck yeah.
We were just being fucking terrible at Apex Legends. I don't know, man. Like, maybe it was just from me being sick last week, but I've just had a hard time getting my game back up in Apex Legends. Like, for a while there,
was where it always is. I'm sucking just as much as usual the whole time.
Yeah, but like, I was getting to the point where I could get into like hardcore carry mode.
Yeah, Excel and me were getting up there
like,
pretty
yeah,
good.
you suck, but you know, it's just different this time.
I could throw you on my back and just be like, dude, just lay down some cover fire for me, man. I'm going in. And then I come out and I was like, entire squad down.
See, this is what happens when me and Excel play. He's like, God damn it, Monkey, you're running in the wrong direction. But secretly, he's laughing because he knows I'm going to draw a whole squad on me, and then he's going to come murder the fuck out of them all. And he does, almost every time, too. It's funny as shit. I'm just like, fuck, I hate this. Okay, I'm back alive.
You just run in and die, and then, like, I see them trying to, like, scavenge your corpse, and just like, here, take a couple of headshots from triple take. All right, going in with the wingman, pop.
It's a good gameplay, man. You know, I do what I gotta do. It's my strength. Like, it's like Overwatch. That's why I like to play in a tank, just because it's like
I'm going in this cannon fodder, guys. Let's do it.
Meanwhile, I just rescue the entire team whenever everybody gets down.
Dude, you need to play more Wraith then, right? Because she's got that Q ability, which makes it super annoying to kill her. Right, so when you get the team swarming on you, you just hit Q and you just like run around in circles and wait for them to find you. Or the robot just zip in and out of combat.
Yep.
Yeah,
well, I mean, if I actually had some good signal over here, then I might actually rip and tear it up.
Yeah,
dude, we're about to lay some fucking.
Your internet's
we're about to lay some. Yeah, we need to lay some internet cable. That's all they need to do. They just these internet companies are just lazy. They just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm out in the sticks right now, so.
Man, like, the signal in the air that just hangs out here because of Comcast is better than your internet.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the worst part about it.
I have more bandwidth sitting on a park bench than you do in your house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much. It's sad.
So we need to get bashed. We need to just figure out a way to get him to hook up on the internet. Some way, somehow.
I think it's Kansas. Kansas heavily subsidizes internet companies to run broadband out to the sticks, and it's mostly because there's so many farmers there. There's so many farmers there now, and they need high-speed internet to conduct their business.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing it's not
in a rural area. I bet every kind of internet there is, and
yep, I've been around it all too. Satellite.
Yep.
Well, I mean, for the most part, most of the places in Arkansas, like out in the sticks, it's older people that want internet, and the ISPs that give it to them actually, they're normally, they know that old people don't know what the fuck they're missing whenever they're wanting, high data speeds.
Yeah, no, old people just want to check their email.
Yep. Oh, my grandpa liked playing a bunch of Flash games on Facebook. It's funny as shit.
Should have said Fortnite.
Flash games on Facebook. There we go. Yeah, I mean, even so the only reason my parents have finally gotten in with the caring about their speed, and my dad paid for business internet, is because they've gotten into the streaming internet services instead of paying for extra cable packages.
Wow.
Yep, it's a good idea. You could get,
it was slow. Here's the irony: it took it being built into the cable box for them to start using those services.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Right? Like one day, my dad was just like, "Hey, don't you already have a Netflix account?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Can you give me the password?" And I was like, "Sure."
Oh yeah, that's like my parents too. Fucking really enough, I was like, well, I asked my mom for the longest time, like, you want Netflix?
Dad, come on.
I pay for the family's Amazon Prime and the Netflix, and my sister pays for the Hulu. I guess in return we get, I don't know, they're our parents. I don't know.
Yeah, man, you gotta take care of the parents, man.
Off of my Netflix whenever I was in an apartment. People
Alright,
are
I
like,
guess
"Can I use your Netflix account?" And it's like, dude, all right, if you pay this much, but as soon as you're not paying, I'm gonna fucking change the password.
Yeah, so for a while I was doing that, man. I was just handing it out to everybody, but apparently what Netflix, I think it used to be by default, you could have two screens, like two devices running at the same time, or four. And then they dropped it down to two, so I changed the password and told a whole bunch of people, Netflix changed the policy, man. I'm sick of logging in saying you've already reached the maximum amount of devices that can be logged in.
Yep.
And then you had to pay for the upgrade to get 4. And then my parents and my sister wanted it, so I was like, God damn, I just paid for the upgrade anyway, but still.
Well, I feel you. That was the nice part about it originally, back when it was still cheaper too. It's like, hey man, let me get a sub account on your Netflix, bro. You're paying for it, so come up. Buddy's like, all right, man. And then as soon as that shit happened, that's exactly the exact same thing I got told. Hey man, sorry. I'm like, yeah, I offered to pay. I was like, well, fuck, dude, I'll pay the difference. And he's like, oh no, he wanted me to pay for the whole thing, the whole Netflix. I was like, with the upgrade, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'll just get Netflix myself.
I don't know. The only thing left, and Amazon Prime's already doing it, sporting events, right? If there was a way to get sporting events packaged in with your streaming internet services, then everything would be gravy. Unfortunately, even if you get like MLB TV, which is super expensive, you can't watch your local team, right? Like that's by design, so that you have to actually have the network. And I know. Well, I know how to get around it. Yeah, I know. They're trying to keep, because the big TV contracts is where they make a lot of sports. That's where the money comes in. So they're gonna ride that horse as long as they can until they got to change the models. I think these cable
companies have a lot of the broadcasters on like crazy exclusive contracts, because I would think that any content creator would want their content to go out as widely as possible. So why not simulcast to the internet? That they don't, they have the technology, right? But they don't do it. Yeah, so there's got to be a legal reason why, because they wouldn't just not do it. You know what I mean?
So NFL Network, they do Thursday Night Football, so they do, and you can get it on Amazon now. So any Thursday night game, you can watch it on Amazon.
On Thursday live?
Well, because it's NFL. NFL owns NFL Network, and it's NFL's own. But
can you watch it at the same time as it's on TV live?
Yes, you can.
On Amazon streaming.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. I think
they're making progress. They're moving in to that direction.
That's interesting. I know HBO has started their thing. CBS is doing it. So I think these contracts are running out, and you're going to start seeing, television just won't be a thing anymore.
Good. Let the dinosaurs die.
Seriously.
Anyway, well, I want to go ahead and move forward because we actually kind of have a decent amount of content to digest here with all the links Vash gave us.
Bash with the town. I was like,
but you'll notice
like 20 notifications. I'm like, shit, I'm behind.
You'll notice the name of the stream and the card. It says MAGA Game Jam. Well, all this is in response to this little article I found when I went into oneangrygamer.net, which is maybe the best gaming news site on the planet. But yeah, I found out about this thing here. Let me bring up the web browsers.
Yeah, I did some digging.
Antifa Game Jam on itch.io. Right? This is a real thing. This was posted yesterday. Seems like an April Fool's joke, but it's not. And yeah, so I shared this article to the team. And then Batch goes on, sees what this is all about, and finds out that they made a whole bunch of games. Antifa designed games for this Antifa Game Jam.
Hell yeah, dude, they did. Holy shit.
They're all free. I would recommend not donating to these bastards. Just if you want to try and play them, just play them.
Oh yeah, and if you were wondering, yes, the games are quite awful.
Oh yeah, dude, no. Hey man, I had a blast playing Little Antifa.
Oh guys,
I wanted to kill myself 10 seconds into it, but
I did not. You know why? Because it's so retardedly stupid that in the high state I was in at that time, it was the most hilarious thing I had seen all day.
I'm gonna guess it's one of those things that if you just found the game in a vacuum, Poe's Law would kick into place where you wouldn't be able to tell if they were serious or if they were making fun of Antifa.
Exactly.
Sure.
Actually,
anyway,
I could not tell. I could not actually tell, other than the fact that I knew it wasn't satire. Yeah.
What's up, Ryan? And speaking of no effects, dude, don't ever talk about Bob around me because I'll start singing the song Bob.
Well, isn't it too late then?
Get him, Bob!
God damn it! He spent 15 years getting loaded, 15 years till liver exploded. What's Bob gonna do now that he can't drink? The doctor said, "What you thinking about?" All right, I'm gonna stop there. It's like the whole Cartman thing and Come Sail Away. I just can't help myself.
I missed the.
Don't you do it, Cartman!
I kind of missed the Overwatch days a little bit now.
Just so I could sing Bob.
Yep, when that came out. Remember the first time you did that? I was like, dude, that's dope as shit, man. I like this.
All right, well, I'm going to get to the article here real quick. So, here's the story. French-Canadian event organizers, Games Curious Montreal, announced that from April 1st through April 30th, 2019, they will be hosting an Antifa game jam on itch.io. While this might seem like some kind of April Fool's joke, sadly, it's not. Over on the official anti-fascist Game Jam page, I'm just going to bring it up real quick on the screen.
What was it again?
Oh my god.
Games Curious?
Games.
Games Curious?
Games Curious Montreal. Gay Curious Montreal. Probably the same thing.
Games. So gay.
Anyway, so on that page that I just brought up that I'm not going to read, there's a full description of Game Jam's purpose and what it entails. While the description is lengthy, it's so over the top that truncating any part of it just to include the general gist would seem like a disservice. So you can read the full description below. Thank you, OneAngryGamer.net. You're going to make me read the thing I said I wasn't going to read just 20 seconds ago.
Mm-hmm.
The last year has seen plenties of ups and downs. Far-right political parties have continued to gain ground in the countries around the world, particularly in Europe. For instance, Liga Nord, a far-right ultranationalist party.
Yes. I hear in Sweden they're having a real hard time with the far-right.
Far-right, yep, far-right.
Yeah.
Be scared, far-right. Just hear far-right and think of Charlottesville. I'm sure they're going to mention Charlottesville in here somewhere.
Became the third largest party in Italy following the 2018 general election. On October 2018, we saw the election of Jair Bolsonaro in Brazil, a fascist who has openly called for murder of the leftists.
Hold up. Replace leftist with communist, and you might be accurate. Okay, keep going.
Ding, ding, ding. With capitalists in the United States, Canada, and Europe cheering him on.
Did you say the United States?
With capitalists in countries that are capitalist countries.
Son of a bitch. Just a few weeks ago, on March 15th, at least 50 people were massacred by white nationalists in a terrorist attack on 2 different mosques in Christchurch in New Zealand. In many cases, liberal politicians, prudents, and business owners have shown their complicity and willingness to collaborate with fascists for the sake of profits and power.
Well read.
That is how that in my mind is how I read this in that voice.
That is the dumbest.
I guarantee someone's whoever wrote this sounds almost exactly like that.
There's literally no connection between people that just want to make a lot of money and the white nationalist thing, but they had to throw all this gobbledygook into one paragraph because
Yeah, it's hard to stay with it.
If you're not them, you're a white nationalist.
True.
Nazi.
You're true. It's very, very true. Anyway, do you want to go on, early morning Jeff?
No.
All right. Anyway,
I got my paragraph done. I feel good.
At the same time, anti-fascists in the U.S. and elsewhere have organized to push the burgeoning alt-right movement off the streets and back into the shadowy corners of the internet, because that is incredibly helpful. Deplatforming works. Ongoing efforts to deplatform and expose fascists, such as prominent white nationalist Gabriel Soher-Chaput, aka I don't know who the fuck he is, in Montreal, have had significant impact, substantially reducing their ability to recruit and organize in some areas. Prominent alt-right figures like gay Jew Milo Yiannopoulos and
alt-right figures
and the cardigan sweater-wearing Nazi Richard Spencer have also been successfully pushed out of the limelight. The continuous struggle against these fascists extends into the games industry and the surrounding culture. In 2018, Game Workers Unite was founded, pushing for unionization and workplace organizing with significant success. There are chapters around the world, and outreach efforts have publicly connected the question of workers' rights and the fight against abuse, discrimination, and bigotry. It's in this context that we are launching the second edition of Anti-Fascist Game Jam in the hopes that it inspires others to join and carry on the fight against fascism. Sorry.
That's why I couldn't do it, dude. I was already losing it halfway through, trying not to laugh.
All right. So let's dissect it. First off, we're talking about video games, and they didn't mention Charlottesville because we got a new one that's worse, right? You got Christchurch, way worse, because that guy actually went out. But whatever. But then it jumped to the liberal politician, business owners.
Well, on that one, I did see the video, and the only thing I ever wondered is, when you seen the impacts, where the fuck was the blood?
Like, okay, so if you want to take Richard Spencer and compare his ideology to the Christchurch shooter, sure. Right, Richard Spencer he's never advocated for violence. But then you put Milo Yiannopoulos and Richard Spencer, who don't like each other at all, in the same sentence. And
it's par for the course.
God, I know it is, but I mean the problem is, why do people? I get sick of like arguing with lefties and being like, dude, these people believe two completely different things. In fact, I have a nice a graphic of this that I can put up. Let me throw it into Discord. You guys talk for a second. Digest this some more.
Words, more words, other words.
Is that all you can get out of it, Sunrise?
I read this thing, and the last paragraph, I think the last sentence. I looked up environmental justice. Because that's not something that I've heard. I know I've heard that before. I guess I'll just read the last paragraph. Perhaps after April 1st, Curious Montreal will recognize the error of their ways and announce that it was just a well-organized April Fool's joke. However, given the organization's support of unions, events promoting feminism and consent, the, quote, environmental justice and decolonization, I get the feeling this event is very real. So I'm like, wait a minute. What the fuck is environmental justice? So I looked it up on Wikipedia. It said environmental justice emerged as a concept in the United States in the early 1980s. The term has two distinct uses, with the more common usage described as a social movement that focuses on fair distribution of environmental benefits and burdens. The other use is the interdisciplinary body of social science literature that includes theories of the environment and justice, environmental laws and their implementations, environmental policy and planning and governance for development and sustainability, and political ecology. I mean, there's a lot of shit in there.
What you're seeing is intersectional bullshit.
Communism, intersectionalism, and extreme environmental policy. The way they write it, though, it's like, it makes it sound like a fucking college course. Like which I'm sure it is, but you know what I mean? Like, it gives me like, this is the kind of shit that kids must be learning in school, and it sounds legit. especially if you don't know any better, you know? And when you're just starting college, you're getting a head full of this shit. It sounds so good and it sounds so scientific, and it's all bullshit.
When you're a kid and you run into that word salad, you assume that, well, there must be something behind it, and I just need to be more educated.
They know what they're talking about because they're using the big words.
Yeah. I mean,
holy shit.
Anyway, so...
Site,
the
site that is running this is a French-Canadian site with a ties to JF, because he is, in fact, French and Canadian.
Yeah, so even they're complicit in white nationalism. Anyway, so I have this little graphic up here. This is me fixing the two-dimensional political compass, right? So in the bottom left here, right, like this left libertarian idea, these are unicorns in this corner, right? You can't take full control of the economy and at the same time have full individual liberty. So the things they're not mutually exclusive. And it's the same thing up here, right? Like, there's no upper right authoritarian, because you can't have complete laissez-faire and then complete control over people's personal lives, right? So here's what this guy's doing. Like, the Christchurch shooter, we're going to put him, he's going to be up here. Actually, he even says that he's up here, right? Because he's for economic intervention. Maybe not as much as over here, which is where the communists are, over here in this top left corner. But here in the authoritarian center, well, I brought this one up on purpose because it doesn't have all the stuff in there.
I like that one. It works so well.
But yeah, so you can put him here. Richard Spencer, yeah, he's maybe over here with like the traditionalism. I don't know, somewhere over there. Milo Yiannopoulos, he's kind of like a conservatarian. He's down here, right? And I'm in this bottom right corner, so I'm far right. But notice the distance between this bottom right corner and what they call far right, which is like the Christchurch shooter. That is miles away. In fact, the hardcore commies, they don't want you to be able to. They don't want free speech. They don't want freedom of association. They don't want any individual liberties. Right? If it goes against their ideology, like, they're up here somewhere. Like, in reality, this is Antifa. They're in this corner up here. They're actually much close, and they will use violence to get their message across. They outright admit it. So they're actually way closer to each other than they are to people like me, who would literally be considered far right, because I don't want government to do anything. Right? And then you have down here like your Tim Pools, you have your Sargons. Like, this is the thing, like, all these people that I'm naming are way closer to me, even though we're in opposition, than these motherfuckers up here in the corner.
Yep.
So when they say far right, like, yeah, sure, like, they're far right compared to the communists, but not compared to the Milos and the libertarians of the world.
Nope.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just had to make that demonstration. Like, look at the distance. Like, I'm slightly closer to the fascists than the communists, but I'm still really far. Like, those are the furthest corners you can go to away from me that actually exist in the political spectrum.
Well, have you taken the whole political grid thing?
Man, I've taken all of them, man. They're all fucking stupid.
It's funny as shit, though.
You want me to bring up the finished one? Hold on. You're gonna have to
that one's dope. I like that one.
You're gonna have to give me a second to find it.
Alright, we just gotta keep the See, I personally kind of fall along the right and slightly down one. Like 4 clicks in, 4 clicks to the right, and a click down.
-4.
What's that, Bash?
I'm around, like, whenever I took the whole, like, survey thing, I was, like, -4.
That's not the finished one either. What the fuck?
So I was, like, slightly leaning to the left, but more on the center.
That one really gives a good explanation and gives you some good explains. And
well, I mean, yeah, right. So you got like your anarcho-capitalist ball here in the bottom right. Then you got the minarchists, which are just like, I'm okay with like maybe having some police to protect private property rights. Then you have like your people that are just like your religious right gun nuts. You know, they're up here somewhere. They just like guns and shit. Then you have people in the dead center. Those are fairies. Those aren't real either, right? You know, what's really dead center.
Hey.
Then yeah, up here the authoritarian center, you have the actual Nazis. And up here you have the upper left, or you have the you know, Antifa types, which think that they're, you know, fighting for justice and equality, but really they're just authoritarian pricks. And then this is your Bernie Sanders bros over here, right? They want communism for everybody, but they're not as big of assholes as like, you know, Antifa and whatnot. And you have Sargon of Akkad sitting over here just saying, "Yo, dude, universal health care doesn't make us socialist." It's technically
I am Sargon
true,
of
but whatever.
Akkad, and I'm a liberal.
I mean, it does, but
Anyway.
doesn't make. I guess you can
See, I like this one. This one helps explain it better.
But I don't see why. So like, capitalism works for everything except healthcare.
Yeah, I know. It's this whole John Stuart Mill scene is like public goods. That I mean, I'm with
you. I don't want the government to do anything either.
You've slowly but surely just been like, maybe I should look into anarcho-capitalism.
I hear all these things about how the government. Remember that big old speech that Obama gave about talking about how things are, you know, if you own a business and everything is like, you didn't build the roads, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, you use those things to build your business. It's like,
well, no shit, everybody does.
That would be a point if only the government were capable of building roads. And I've heard that argument before, and the more I think about it, it's like, I don't know, man.
Such a small percentage of it that's spinning, and like, hey, if you wanted a business and other people wanted a business and there were no roads to get to the business, you'd probably work on building roads to get to the business.
I think that exactly could do a better job building roads than the government can. As a matter of fact, why not?
The slow
to build the roads.
The slow transformation of Sinrise from being socially liberal, social liberal, to an anarcho-capitalist. I love it. I love it, bro.
That would have been fun to chronicle if I was somebody. You know what I mean?
Anyway,
you can watch that happening with Tim Pool, although it's way slower.
Yeah, he's making all the arguments that are like, he understands the arguments against his point, but he just won't give up his point. It's so he's holding on for dear life.
He is. It's fun to watch.
Anyway, so I'm gonna finish reading the article here real quick. As ridiculous as the whole thing seems, it appears to be legitimate. The actual jam hasn't officially begun as of the writing of this article, as there's still 2 hours to go before it begins. However, there are already 21 game entries submitted by various indie developers over on the submissions page. Some of the games include Skateboarder, which promotes open borders, and Beating the Fascists, which is an anti-alt-right board game. So people are making and submitting real games to this game jam.
Holy shit. And, well, actually, I've played it. I played The Skater.
They're saying,
Skateboarder.
While it may seem like this is all an elaborate troll, it is not. If you head to the French Canadians itch.io page, you'll see that they've been hosting events and promoting games from marginalized developers throughout 2018, including the gay BDSM simulator Hurt Me Plenty and the Little Antifa novel. In the progressive sex simulator themed around white male privilege called Privilege, a board game. Despite the games all seeming like some kind of elaborate 4chan hoax, they are real. I like how this author's just like, he's in disbelief even after he's writing this.
I am too, dude, after reading this and then actually seeing them and playing them, the games, not the board games, of course.
So, if you read the Game Curious description, you get a very clear idea of what the organization is about. Game Curious Montreal is a series of free public events aimed at creating a space for people who are new to games or feel marginalized or excluded by the dominant culture. We meet, play games, and talk about them and the issues they explore, like a book club for games. In our events, we explore digital and non-digital games from an anti-capitalist, anti-colonial, and this is what you were reading, anti-oppressive perspective, working in partnership with local grassroots organizations and collectives. So it's a radical book club for games. Wonderful!
Radical!
The world didn't even know it needed that. Wow.
I know. So, as outlined on the official Games Curious Canadian website, they've been promoting Antifa and hosting events since January of 2018. It seems weird that a company would associate themselves with an organization that was classified by the Office of Homeland Security in New Jersey as an anarchist extremist group and are labeled as a moderate threat to society as detailed over on the Homeland Security website. That's not to mention that German police consider Antifa a hostile threat. Yes, because in Europe, Antifa is way more hardcore. Just letting you guys know.
Yeah. Well, that's how it is usually, you know. We're not as hardcore as Europe.
Yeah, the Antifa in Germany, they're not just, they're not all trust fund liberals on the coast. But yeah, this is almost the equivalent of making an ISIS game jam. A little bit hyperbolic, but I see what you're going for. Perhaps after April 1st, Games Curious Montreal will recognize the error of their ways. No, because they're communists themselves, man. You just get that in your head.
Yeah, just by virtue of them being communists means they have a really hard time with learning the errors of any.
Yeah. How many times does communism have to fail before it's not real?
Every time?
Yeah, how many times does communism have to fail before it's real communism? And it's every time.
I guess when everyone's dead, they'll finally be like, well, all right, you know what? It looks like it's not going to work.
God damn it. I have the attack of the hiccups going on. I'm going to finish this real quick. However, given the organization support for unions, event promoting feminism and consent and environmental justice and decolonization, I get the event is feeling very real. I'm going to mute my mic for a second while I go chug some water.
Chug, 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 chug. Chug, 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 chug.
But yeah, all the games are ass.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, the skater one's kind of weird. I mean, it's alright. And like you said, the music's pretty good. Little Antifa novel, there's no way to turn the volume down at all, and it's like blaring loud. The music's annoying. But it's funny, man, because you and your comrades, you go bash the fash, and the fash are all pig people, and they oink at you and shit. It's fucking awesome, dude. God. I fucking loved it, dude. I played it a few times where I was completely pacifist against the fascists, and my comrades got their asses beat and stabbed and beat up by the cops, and
wow,
pretty much they just got like raped in the butt and shit. It was pretty good. I was very happy with that.
All right, I'm back.
Little butt rape.
Yeah, a little butt rape going on, you know.
Butt rape never hurt anybody.
Especially if you're, you know, one of the comrades, man. You know, those anti-fascists, man.
Yeah, butt rape. What are you worried about? So you get a little raped in your butt.
Get a little raped in your butt now. Get a little raped in your butt now. Deal?
All right. Well, I actually, speaking of the games, dude, I brought them up. So one's Privilege. You can see the title screen.
It's pronounced,
a game about
privilege.
Privilege.
You gotta say it like privilege, because like you're not checking your privilege.
Well, you know what, man? I ain't got any, dude. I'm a redhead, bro. There is no privilege there.
No. You're saying it wrong. It's privilege.
All right, so hold on. I'm gonna read what they say. Yeah. It's Privilege is a game that explores the idea of racial privilege. So North Americans and indeed the world over experience the idea of white privilege. This is the idea that you are treated differently and in most cases better by virtue of being born a white person. It is my feeling that this is both unfair and arbitrary. Having seen the Black Lives Matter movement rise up and fight for rights and raise awareness of the unfair and inhumane treatment by the police and establishment who arrest, convict, and beat them at the same rates as they commit crimes as a whole, it made me conscious of the things I take for granted as a heterosexual white male. Oh, so this is a game he made to deal with his white guilt. Got it. I don't know the pain and fear of not being the majority, and I never will understand it in a way that is comparable to those who face these adversities every day. This game attempts to simulate in a primitive way how unfair life can be if you are not a majority or born into the majority race by creating a whole bunch of crude little fucking dots on the screen. I don't know what any of these mean, but I'm going to guess that if you're a white dot, you can just roam around the map all you want and nothing happens.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. That game in a vacuum, I don't know how you're supposed to know what's going on. The instructions tell you like what to do, but like,
okay,
it's not.
This is funny. They can't even come up with different ideas for games.
I know.
They also have another game called Privilege. This one's a board game. I'm not going to read all about it.
BORED game. Yeah, you would think, oh, board game. Wow, they spent time and money like producing a game, and like, well, where can I buy it? And you go and look, and it's like, oh, you just print it out. You do it yourself board game. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I mean,
one of those elementary school things.
Because otherwise, they'd be creating a product, and you know what I mean.
All right,
people want to use, and there'd be marketing, and of course, it's all DIY.
Hey, you know what? I've got Beating the Fascist up. I'm at least gonna give them some credit for using 3D Unity assets to build the video game. But it's only in Portuguese, so apparently this is a bunch of fucking commie sympathizers in Brazil protesting against Bolsonaro.
But somehow have the ability to build the game. That's a weird dichotomy to me.
Oh, here we go though. Here's the Little Antifa novel. This one's playable. Should I just go at it?
Yeah.
Hit English. All right.
Our viewers.
Yeah, this is so video game related. We're actually playing a video game.
I love how the leaflet says Marxist.com. But Antifa just stands for anti-fascist. Fucking joke. Art by Chiara, whatever. Okay, fuck you. I don't care who made it.
Well, you can't give it. Oh, I see.
How do I turn the fucking sound off? Do I have that option? It's fucking loud.
Nope, you gotta turn it down from the browser itself.
Yeah, I got it. Hold on a second. Yeah, alright.
What happened?
Yeah, no, like...
It didn't look both ways.
That shit was tragic, but...
Not really.
Even more of a hot take. I mean, I don't want anybody to die, but like, I don't
want her to die. I might go out there looking for people to die, but when some dumb fuck gets killed like that, it's like,
Yeah, well, I mean,
we're down a moron. Oh no.
There's a lot. It's complicated, but you just got to hard back on that because, according to them, it was just some dude that showed up to the rally. Right, because there was 600 something from all around the world. Every white nationalist you can get in the nation shows up, and they were there. They were trying to murder people. That's what they were there for. Mm-hmm. Don't forget the fact that most of them had guns and shit. So they just did a really bad job. There could have been bodies piled up, but fortunately for us, the fascists are stupid. And it was just one scared kid that drove his car and somebody happened to die.
Yeah.
Alright. So there's like a river.
The narrative, but
there's a bridge. Some Americans blew shit up. The fascists killed the communists. I mean, that might be what... Okay, some more stuff.
The fuck is this? Is this like? Is this just a visual history book? What is this? I thought it was a game.
Hold on. Here's my options. I didn't read what it is, but this is probably talking about what do we need to do as a group. We need to focus on the cultural struggle. We need to stop them. We have enough consensus to do that if we act in the right way. We need to go to their place right now and impart them a lesson. Well, in true Antifa fashion, I'm going to pick that option.
So, fire bombs.
Look at that fascist. He's got a pig face.
Like
How
lots.
clever. Which your fucking man now, nigger.
It sticks.
We're fed up with you lot. Your bonehead friends crossed the line this time. Oh, really? How's it going?
I don't know.
Hurts much? So and
We're
so
fed up with you,
got an
lot.
ass to cut. They got the fair
Frankly.
share too, at least. However, we were too hasty. Be more thoughtful next time. I love how the answer isn't like, yeah, let's not go initiate violence because it makes us look bad. The answer is we
Or
were
how
just
about because it's wrong.
we were just hasty. That was it. Yeah, or it's just wrong. Well, I mean, I didn't expect
that doesn't really enter into it for the apparently the question of whether or not this is right or wrong.
I don't care what you have to say. We need to respect their freedom of expression. No good anti-fascist wants freedom of expression. We need to stop them.
We will overcome.
Same day. We need to hold our rally far enough. Hold on.
On an objective.
Hold on. We need to insist on.
It's not
There we
interesting
go.
or
Yeah, this is stupid.
entertaining or informative or relevant
And here's skateboarder.
in any context.
I don't know what any of this says, man. But
Well,
as you said,
I
you played
suppose
this
it would
game.
be relevant in the context of indoctrinating kids.
Yep.
But as far as like a
I played all of
conversation or any kind of like, dialectic, no, that's not what this is.
Man,
Oh,
this guy
like
doesn't even know how to make a good skate game, dude. You can't have a good I'm watching these
It's not a
gifs.
skate game. It's just the character looks like it's on a skateboard, but that's
Yeah, because if it was a
That
skate
much does
game,
it
you
have to
would
do
be
with
doing
skateboarding?
skateboarding tricks.
no. It's not about It's about skateboard. It's been knocking down the wall that isn't built yet.
Which is gonna be
I get it. So this guy,
Yeah,
the
I get it.
skateboarder, yeah. So he's riding a magical skateboard on top of the Trump's border wall
It's the skateboard of tolerance.
of national suicide.
Yeah.
Look at him go, man.
Oh, man, I just
Fuck
want to say
yeah.
Yeah, like I said, all you gotta do is really look at the screen, look at the GIF. That's the you got
That's
it. Like you don't really need to
literally
play it. That's it right there. Look, you've seen
That
the
is
game.
it.
What more could there possibly be to it?
There isn't anything else. Yeah, that's it.
And the game's only like 6 long.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just
so-
a game review over.
Man, they're as bad at memeing or as making games as they are at memeing. They're so terrible.
Oh, and Excel, take a look in general on our Discord.
I will.
Mm.
What do we got? GameStop stock is continuing to decline. Yeah, we all knew that was gonna
What was
happen,
that
but
news?
I wanna wrap up on this because I for one didn't read the entire article when I found it. I just read the top, the first paragraph to get a gist, and I was like, this is probably interesting. When you guys found all the games, and then after going through them, I you know what? There's part of me that thinks it is an April Fool's joke. Like this thing from what is it? Games Curious Montreal. I think they're playing like the long troll.
Games Curious.
It could be.
I mean, all those games were terrible, and if
But they're free, you know. They're. I mean, look at your grounds from back in the day, dude. You remember how many terrible games you came across on that thing when you found those gems?
Okay, dude. So if I was trying to make a game LARPing as an anti-fascist, it would look like those games.
That's true too. Yeah.
From each one of them. I would also have 3 games submitted that were called Privilege. 3 different games.
Yeah, if you were making, this is what you would do if you were making a parody. It's a self-parody. It's an unintentional self-parody. If that was even, I wouldn't think something like that would be possible, but it is.
Yeah, what's up, Golf City Outlaw? I just want to give you a recap. So, we spent the last 45 minutes going over this event that is going on right now, which is what the Anti-Fascist Game Jam. And it's a real thing. It's happening in Canada, and all these anti-fascists submitted their games, and they're all terrible.
Indeed.
Also, I just wanted to do a shameless plug. I actually have a Lancet lobby where I covered Antifa.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say about Antifa. The only thing I'm gonna say is if anybody ever tells you that Antifa just stands for anti-fascist, just be like, that's bullshit. It does not.
They're the exact opposite.
It stands for radical left-wing communists that think anything right of Mao is fascist.
They stand for the same thing the fucking Crips and the Blood stand for.
I mean, the other thing we can go back on is I gave a nice graphic showing how
they stand for themselves. Yeah. That's my point.
Yeah, all I know is, man, if that, like you said, if that's a troll, god damn, they did a good job.
Yeah.
No, they didn't. That's the thing. Like, it's so bad that if you told me it was a troll, I'd be like, yeah, of course. You know, I could actually do a better job for them. That's how bad it is.
Right? Well, you actually understand the subjects. You understand the issues.
Yeah, I can steel man their argument.
I have no idea what's going on right
You can actually have a conversation about these things like you're doing now, as opposed to Antifa types.
Yeah, like explaining how I'm far right. And if you look at the political compass, should we bring that back up? I think we should bring it back up.
Sure.
We should bring it back up.
Finished version, of course.
Oh, hell yeah. So this one makes a lot of sense. It's like, okay, looking at all the little things on there, I'm like, oh yeah, I can see I can fit right there. Right there. Right around that little guy.
Alright. I had to upload it again because I'm an idiot. Alright, here it is. Here's the real political compass. Here's me down here, the bottom right, far right corner. I want people to be able to do whatever the fuck they want, and I don't want government involved in anything. Okay? That's where I'm at. I am far right. Nazis. They're way up here.
Yeah.
Right? They want to control society and protect traditions and all that shit, and they also, I mean, they'll let some economic freedom if it suits them, but for the most part, if it doesn't benefit the white race, they're against it. I am very far away from these people. Look at the distance. You can't get further away on this map than me and this guy.
Where are you? What are you down by the yellow and black?
I'm the yellow black guy with the thumbs up.
What is that?
Anarcho-capitalist ball.
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, I'm down there too.
All right, yeah. You might be still hanging out here with Minarchy Ball. Give it 6 months, you'll be done
Where's
with
that?
me. That's the little porcupine here. That's the Minarchy Ball. It's like I want government to do like some basic things, but you know,
No.
like no, you don't even want to do that. You're down here now.
I think private business could do the military, could do all the infrastructure, could do all the administration, everything. We really don't need government at all.
The government is pretty much private business, though.
Oh man, you're an
It's not.
anarcho.
It doesn't produce anything. That's the problem with government.
Yeah,
It doesn't
they don't
actually
do
turn a
shit.
profit, right? It just consumes.
Holy shit!
It's all overhead.
I'm crying. I'm crying right now. Man, I'm glad you've seen the light, dude. It's so
like
amazing.
management.
It's so amazing. It's so amazing to watch somebody just see the failures of government and realize that, like, if we were just forced to do this privately on our own without the help of the granddaddy government,
just been sold a lie that only government can accomplish these great things.
It wouldn't be perfect, but we're not talking about perfection. We're just saying it'd be better.
Yeah.
Anyway, like it's the distance, right? The distance. You can draw this. These are the two furthest points away from me, and these people want to lump anybody over here with us, right? Even fucking Sargon of Akkad, they want to lump them in with these guys. Like they're the same thing. Like
there's no political compass for them. There's their side, and then there's everyone else. It's black and white.
No, exactly. Like, here's the thing.
It's just a white piece of paper and a line.
They're gonna tolerate the Bernie Bros a little bit because they think they can drag them up. But everybody else here, if you're anywhere over here, they hate you. And I'm just sitting there. I'm just sitting here
looking at this.
I'm just sitting here. If you're above the center axis, I hate you.
If you happen to be white and you're wearing a hat that is almost red, you're just as likely to get a rock in the back of the head as anybody else. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't even think that they're all like politically engaged and understand all this stuff. They're not even on that level.
No, they're just fucking brain dead morons.
This conversation is giving them way too much like credit as intellectuals, right? They're really stupid. Like, have you ever seen
here's what they're gonna say is they're gonna say, well, unfettered capitalism leads to fascism, and I'm just like, did you read the fascist documents?
Yeah,
fascists hate capitalism.
You've seen these people talk in interviews on the street. They're all just like, they have nothing to say. They're just mad and they're running with the crowd. Like, that's it.
The mob mentality and finance.
NPCs.
They're just spoiled. They have never had any adversity and never had to overcome anything. They're completely devoid of a sense of appreciation for anything. So they're just, I don't know, man. They're just out to fucking scream and shout because they're frustrated. It's not really a political movement. It's just a bunch of assholes.
Yes, it's a bunch. Well, it's a bunch of the people that freaking. The parents followed that the government needs to freaking raise their kids for them.
Is that what they look like? I have it up on stream.
Oh, I have to wait a second.
Yeah, right there. Holy shit!
Is that did I find them?
Dude, I've seen them. I've seen those before. I've seen these people.
Is that who you interview on the street?
I'm still behind. Yeah, them.
Holy shit, dude! That scares the shit out of me, man. I see them all over the place all the time, dude.
Look, man,
have you seen there's an animation where it starts off with the one guy is standing there and then the NPCs come up and touch him and they slowly like infect him? Like Agent Smith in the fucking Matrix sequels?
Yes, I have.
Somehow he's found a way to copy himself.
Oh, shit.
The best thing about
propane and propane accessories.
It's all
tell you what.
Me. but even Agent Smith had a purpose. You know what I mean? Like, he had something that he believed in, and he was willing to destroy everything to get it. Like, but he had a very firm grasp on what the fuck he was doing.
Yeah, it's true. Like, he knew what he was doing. These people just wanted to destroy everything.
That's what I'm saying. You can't even classify them as villains. So they're non-thinking.
Yeah. And so many people sympathize with them, and it's because, God, they really think that there's this, like, fucking army of, like, far-right assholes that are... by far right, like, they think there's these actual fucking Nazis running around everywhere. They're just hidden... They're like suspected white supremacists controlling everything, trying to bring minorities down actively.
Nope.
And that they're
I know.
It's almost like Antifa or the ultimate conspiracy theorist.
It's like they see things in terms of a Marvel movie. Like, they've grown up on social media and video games and movies all day, every day, and their parents clearly let them be raised by entertainment. So, like, they just see things in those terms. Like, they're just fighting for what's right, and all you have to do is scream that, and you're a hero. Like, and they see, like, they're filled with these stories where the hero always fucking resorts to violence to fucking win to win the day. Like every time, it always comes down to, that one way or the other.
Well, and if they read the correct comic books, they would understand that the bad guys never know they're bad.
Yeah.
Like all the best villains had noble causes.
Well, the further back you go, the more the more outwardly evil. Right? Like even some of the like acronyms they used were like Brotherhood of Evil. Wasn't that the X-Men's fucking nemesis? Like way early in the golden age of comic books, where like villains were like, I am evil. You know what I mean?
True, it would depend. Like, and they've gone back and forth because more interesting villains don't know their villains, I guess is what I'm going for.
Yeah.
Or a lot of them have at least a reason behind their evil ways.
Yeah. But then sometimes there's a lot of times it comes down to a different interpretation. Like if you were to ask Thanos, "Are you evil?" He'd be like, "I don't give a fuck.
That's exactly.
I don't care. I don't care what will let you call me evil. I don't care. This is what I'm doing because I think the right thing."
Thanos thought he was whatever evil he's doing is for the greater good.
He was beyond good and evil, right? Thanos, like that's a villain, right? But they just see things in terms of like, the threat to like, I don't know, like so many movies with a hero, it's like the hero saves the system.
Well, I mean, M. Bison was basically a Captain Planet.
Oh,
really?
Was he like an eco-terrorist? I'm not.
I didn't know about
that. He really was.
Hey Ryan, you're an eco-terrorist.
was that his thing? He's like, human beings are destroying the planet. I won't allow it.
I mean, it makes sense.
That's kind of what Thanos was about. He's like, you're not living sustainably, so I'm gonna force you to.
What's up, Gorilla Commander?
Oh shit!
What up, and welcome to motherfucking the Knights of the Coffee Table, you bitches!
I forget. Tom P's off at night now, so.
Oh no!
That's right, dude. Shit, man. Did AP ever get back to you about running the? I'm gonna guess we would have heard by now if you wanted us to do a blunt stream for him.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, we offered.
God damn it! Here we go. That's way better. All right, I had to switch my fucking connection up and handle my motherfucking business and whatnot properly. What the fuck is going on with y'all motherfuckers? Holy shit, it's the Knights of the Coffee Table. I've been fucking waiting for this bitch to come on so I could come in here and fuck this shit the fuck up.
You're like an hour late. Usually we end an hour. We don't have any reason to have to end now.
I was sleeping and then I had a crackhead call me. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I can't, no dudes love me. I'm like, cause you're a crackhead, bitch. Right. And nobody loves a crackhead.
So what we covered might be worth like covering again, at least for a short period. On Pinoid Live on Thursday. So there's this thing going on in Canada, and it's called the Antifa Game Jam.
Yay!
And
Antifa what?
The Antifa Game Jam. Right? So it's a bunch of gay jam. But so what we covered the entire time was these games that people are making that are just absolutely fucking terrible. Like there's 3 different games named Privilege. One's like a board game. And it's like everything you could think of, like every gobbledygook of one of the descriptions. Like the guy said, as a white male I would never possibly understand, but I'm trying my best to admit my white privilege by showing how different it is with this little pixel game where if you're a white dot, life is easier than if you're a black dot. And then there was this other game, Little Antifa Novel, that was the one I was playing, where you select stuff like fascist or doing stuff, and what do you want to do about it? And we're like, we're gonna go teach them a lesson, and then you get beat up, and like they say that, oh, maybe we were too hasty. Not that like just showing up to places' houses, like, people's houses and trying to beat them up is a bad thing. They just said it was too hasty.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, like we were talking about, what Poe's Law is, right, P?
Not really. You know what I'm saying?
All right, hold on. Poe's law is So Poe's law is that ridiculous radical ideas sometimes are so ridiculous that you can't tell the difference between somebody being serious and somebody being sarcastic when parodying the ideas.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like when something that's ridiculous.
Like crazy Christian fundamentalists who would come in and make
like I walk that line a lot of times. I walk that line quite often.
They just make really
I'm halfway a Poe and halfway not. It's weird. I walk that line quite often.
So you're like,
I find myself going, like, we should trebuchet niggas into the Pacific Ocean. And then, I'm down. Like, yeah, I'm saying, but on the same point, we probably shouldn't trebuchet niggas into the Pacific Ocean. That's patently fucking ridiculous. You know what I mean? But like, I'm half serious. Like, if we did it, I'd be like, I'd probably watch that on TV. You know what I mean? Like, legit. Yo, did you see that thing that fucking Cam put up in our Discord earlier, Excel?
The video of the anarcho-capitalist city in the game City State?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I have it right here.
I saw that. What was that about?
It's amazing. It is probably, like, I laughed. I had to watch the video.
I saw the headline.
Hold on. I
created an anarcho-capitalist society, and this is what happened. I didn't read it.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah,
it was the funniest thing
I actually have a My Circle up with that video in there.
I was gonna say, are we gonna My Circle this?
Nigga, I need a My Circle link. I need a link.
Yeah, hold on, dude. I'm getting there.
I need a link.
All right, it's in the Knights general chat.
Oh, and Turd Flinging Monkey loved that video too, by the way.
Which one?
I sent it to him, and he's like, dude, that shit is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah, so the whole thing is, you also missed it, man. Sinrise is on the anarcho-capitalist trip now.
Yo, Sinrise, stop being ridiculous.
Nope, you got it right. You've got it all figured out. Don't listen to Tom P.
Yo, stop being ridiculous. Like, these people are fucking... Look, anything anarcho is retarded, okay?
The government owned everything.
Yeah, I don't know why the anarcho thing is in there. I don't necessarily understand the imagery of that term, but I understand what they're talking about.
And everyone was fairly happy, probably because they didn't have...
Yo, it exactly what it sounds like. It's fucking retarded.
Today we're doing something different.
Don't be one of these people.
So today we're going to do...
Yo, they're fucking retarded. These people are fucking stupid as fuck, all right? Like, legitimately, they don't understand that. Like, you'd probably just end up a whole bunch of murdering motherfuckers. Like, you just shoot somebody. The Wild Wild West was anarcho-capitalism.
It's going to be an anarchy, all right? I want as little government involvement as possible.
No, you're wrong.
Do an island this time.
I'm not wrong.
Why not?
Yeah,
it pretty much was.
Call a city-state with no rules, where people do whatever the hell they want.
Anyway, the guy that made this video we're watching is Gray Still Plays.
Damn it. Got it.
Yeah, man, the dude's funny as shit too.
Anarchy-esque as possible. It's going to take a while to probably get full anarchy.
Come on, man, let's load this bitch the fuck up.
Is it not playing for you?
Because people should have that.
No, my shit's being.
Limited government.
I did the play button for some reason. It didn't auto start.
All right. Everybody's in here, right?
I'm in here at 1:15. I gotta restart.
There we go. All right. It was playing. I loaded it.
All right. I'm gonna hit play now.
You enslave the people.
Is everybody good?
It's running for me.
Cities.
Feel good.
So last time we created a land where the government owned everything, and although our city-state was basically made of poor, poverty-stricken lowlifes, it actually worked, and everyone was fairly happy, probably because they didn't have the tenacity to fight back against the government. Today we're doing something different, damn it, custom game. So today we're gonna do the exact opposite. Today I want to make a place where there is no laws. Everyone just does whatever the hell they want. The people run free, raping and pillaging each other for the benefit of I guess just themselves. But whatever, it's gonna be an anarchy, all right? I want as little government involvement as possible.
Fuck yeah, dude, raping and pillaging, I like it already.
Why not?
That's what I'm saying, man. That's anarcho-capitalism.
State with no rules, where people do whatever the hell they want. Washington with more. Damn it! Got it. Okay, so we're going as anarchy-esque as possible here in the beginning. It's going to take a while to probably get full anarchy.
You know what I'm discovering? Million sub-YouTubers all use that little bell. So I need to get one of those little bell sounds.
Limited government power. Hell yes. More
I think it's a secret.
regulations. Less
People like that.
I like how they have the Austrians as an option.
Plus more coffee.
Yeah, I like that too.
More coffee. So I think this guy lives in Washington, man. I'm not gonna lie, because there's a shit ton of coffee places.
I learned from my previous
you have like
mistakes. Everyone gets a friggin'
5 or 6 different choices.
Provide housing. No, everyone gets to fend for
That's
themselves.
Not Starbucks.
Basically.
Hell no.
Class is totally okay.
Just fuck Starbucks.
How should criminals be dealt with? Prisoners are all sent to private jail, so everyone gets to figure out how they want to do their time. Actually, this one's even better and it makes us more money, so we'll do this right now. Hopefully, everyone's ready to drill for some friggin' oil. It's all gonna be private.
Labor.
More parks, damn it.
Send them the gulags, nigga.
It's like a freaking
Go make me some shit.
The second you see this stuff, you gotta annihilate it off the face of your city state. Gender equality, you guys figure it out. Capitalist anarchy. We're already there. I'm gonna tell you
Gender equality, you guys figure it out.
I think I'd like to bring that government more than any other we've ever had. Like Moses. We're going straight through the water. Our entire economy is going to be built off of the back of oil. Not that it's a bad thing. I mean, what the hell? As is typical for basically anything Gray ever does, we're in the red monetary-wise really poorly. Immigration. All of the immigration. Taxi cab regulations. What the hell? Anyone can be a taxi cab driver. Sounds good. Out comes our very first set of bonds.
All of the immigration.
Here we go. There's a low-cost housing backlog. All right, hold on. What the hell is this? Oh, it's a friggin' refinery. Okay. How should we deal with drug use? Legalize all drugs. Anyone can have whatever they want. Again, the upper class.
I love this society.
I know what I want to go to there.
He's
just like my trash no state next
The upper class was super happy with legalizing all drugs.
That's right. It seems like the upper class loves anarchy. I don't know why they would. There's middle class people over here. Look at this. Greenhouse gas standards. To what extent should the government encourage lower carbon emissions? None. People can do whatever the hell they want. Is this our high class guy? Look what this guy has. This guy has like a 4-floor friggin' mansion with a giant ass pool. Damn. Actually, this whole area is a very upper class neighborhood. The rest of it's all middle class. Everyone has big ass houses and everything. These guys over here are living in the trailer parks. But I mean, you know, right down the road, big money. All right, we need to start mining for friggin' gold because we're gonna run out of money real quick. Here's some over here. Gun control. Upper class loves that too. Okay, this little neighborhood over here is getting out of hand.
Middle class growth.
This guy has a garden
See that?
on the top of his mansion. Like there's like a damn putting green up here or something. More bonds. Ugh. This anarchy is the weirdest thing. Look at all this.
There's bonds, borrowing money.
And middle class people everywhere. Like before, it was all lower class, and now it's completely the opposite. Like everyone's middle and
he tried to do the socialist dictatorship before this.
Class now, more people. Damn it.
Wow. And everyone was poor.
This little peninsula.
He said it worked, but everyone was poor.
Homes. Now, don't get me wrong. They're waiting to get ransacked and stabbed in the kidneys for their stuff. But in the meantime, man, they're putting down some houses up in here. Wildlife preservation. We're not doing crap about it. Hopefully the
in the anarcho-capitalist future, the rich people would have fucking automated turrets too.
Here, and it's about to
belong. You don't really need the cops.
Oh, damn, the roadways are totally congested right now. Jesus, I didn't know things
were
were
better
so
than
busy.
cops.
I've been trying to keep
There's
ourselves
no
out
alarm
of debt
system.
as much as possible, but it's tough, man. Here you go. Little MS Paint never hurt anyone for the roads. Usually when you upgrade the roads, all the land around it gets upgraded. Yep. There goes. Alcohol and tobacco. No taxes. Do whatever you want with them. Again, the upper class is thrilled about the way we're running things. Or I guess not.
All the poor people.
This is amazing.
Liquid in my anarchy. I'd like to.
Remember, in anarcho-capitalist societies, you don't need water.
That we have so far. We are still gruesomely in the red when it comes to
Rondo, man.
Things are looking pretty aggressive, man. There's a couple of water.
You said they're not making any money though. The government.
Foundation of the arts. Sure, whatever. Who cares? So, since we're so wealthy, like, what happens?
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter because all the people are prosperous. So
Before,
who gives a fuck
no one
if the
ever
government
wanted to
money?
go to any of our ski slopes or beaches because I don't think that there was.
No, there's like the problem with the anarcho-capitalist societies. The government doesn't make any money. You know, it's like that's a problem.
Yeah,
I love that.
This thing's making us.
It's the way you want to keep
that was the idea.
Okay, I was going about this the wrong way. Gold is not the friggin' way to go. Sweet baby Jesus. How about a friggin' ski slope? Okay, occupancy is up to 900 people. We had like 7 or like 15 at our last ski slope. $194 a month in sales tax revenue. This is gonna be our baby. All right, roads gotta get upgraded over here so that more people can get to the ski slope. Labor law. Corporations are free to elaborate their own contracts. So this basically means that people can
he said more people need to get to the ski slope.
I like how they have Ludwig. They actually have a picture of Ludwig von Mises down there.
This can be total coercion. I just made prostitution legal. The upper class is total.
Hell yeah!
So we have a new issue that I haven't thought about. Our people are starting to become a lot of middle and upper class, which leaves not a lot of schleps to work the regular jobs. So our unemployment rate is always super low, and I can't open any new establishments, but we're almost out of debt. No additional tax. I want to see every single vehicle giving Mother Nature the middle finger. Our ski slope is now making us $315 a month. I'm not gonna lie, this looks pretty good over here. Upper class guy,
middle class double
kick-ass house. Right behind him, he's got a friggin' beach with a tiki bar. There's one thing Gray loves more than anything else. It's a full liquor bar. Put another beach in there. I don't care about gold anymore. Bulldoze all this crap. All right, we're going through. I really hope that this doesn't collapse our entire economy, but I'm gonna go through and make every house upgrade a large house. You get an upgrade, and you get an upgrade. Everyone gets upgrades. Oh, they're starting to do it. Whenever you see this building stuff, that's really good. That basically means that they're taking the upgrades and doing something with it. Sweet Jesus, yes. What the hell is this? Is this like a Home Depot? It's called Twin Barn. I don't know what it is, but I think it's making us money. Oh, it's putting gold, iron, and oil. Huh. More ski slopes. What the hell is this? It's like something from the Imperial Stormtroopers or something. Look at this. It's like a friggin' Darth Vader building. Damn, there's a hotel down here? I didn't even make this. This just happened. Oh my god. The downtown area is friggin' exploding ever since I put these beaches down. Everyone's loving the upgrades. Look at the size of the houses that are starting to go up over here. I'm gonna keep moving them. Again, people are getting negative edge pools on the top of their house. This guy over here has his freaking Bentley or whatever out the front lawn. All utilities are privatized. Do whatever the hell you want with them. Holy
you know what? This is actually the perfect response to the Antifa game jam.
We're in the green.
And I was like, hey, do we have a simulator game? Simulator games don't lie.
Well, the biggest difference is it's a well-made game.
Anarchy lies.
Skyscraper. What the hell is this?
It's games don't lie and anarchy wins.
Twizzler skyscraper. It looks friggin' awesome. The hotels are getting crazier. Look at it. The hotels are going upward. Traffic is going up a lot too. Oh, wow, traffic's actually higher than my maximum capacity. I have to go up one. I don't think we've ever done monorails before. To what extent should the government control and survey the creation and management of private companies? Companies must get registered once. That's it. It costs us a ton of money because we're not regulating them at all. But anarchy, this is how we do it. Again,
record-keeping purposes.
Class, big fan.
No,
I'm
there's
just getting
no
rid of all the oil. I don't even care anymore. We're gonna make all of our money off friggin' ski slopes and stuff. I just cleared this area up, and the upper class just started moving in for the hell of it. Yeah, with the monorails. You'd actually see the crazy-ass monorail cars. I think it's the little red chunks. They kind of go flying off the end over here. You know, it's anarchy, so I guess it makes sense. More upgrades. Welcome to a ski slope, next to a ski slope, next to a ski slope. Okay, so here's where things are right now. Everything's looking pretty good. We're down a ton of money. I need to make a bunch of business over here because I don't think I have enough.
Well, now at least with the ski slope, you could be like, I don't want that one. I want to go to the other one.
More beaches. What in the
that ski slope so last week?
hell is this? I have never seen that before.
What? Oh,
That
shit.
is the most phallic-looking
The game's
object
creating new
that I have
fucking
ever
buildings
witnessed
and
in this
shit.
game. How many floors is this thing? This is still only 5 of 6. What do you need to get it to 6 of 6? Jesus Christ, there's 1,000 people work there. It's just like an entire inlet of beaches over here. It's just all beaches.
He's like, I want to put that in my butt.
Welcome to Washington.
Libertarian. Look at that phallic building. He got turned on by that shit.
Hell no. Oh my god, the friggin' estimated revenue. Oh, whatever. Our monorails have to continue to expand throughout the city because there's so much traffic right now. Oak City, $15,000. Can't quite afford it yet. I think we're gonna need a couple more ski slopes first. Private schools are free to operate without any kind of limitations. And holy God, the revenue. Oh, I never thought schooling would be so lucrative. What the hell are we teaching these kids in school anyway? I kind of wonder. Respect the flag, damn it. All the kids are learning how to drink coffee.
Quality of life.
They need to know because they're going to be taking advantage of the rest of society. Wow. The monorail in places isn't enough for the cars. What the hell's after monorails? Stations. Okay. Oh, you put stations down and it increases the monorail for the entirety of the monorail. That's pretty cool. That's friggin' hot. Oh, I like it. Okay, Hotel Ass Kickery is now at its full size. 3 out of 3. 2,000 people occupancy, 1,300 friggin' employees. Right next to the phallus of power over here. I just lost another $700 because I said that merchants can sell whatever the hell they want. The biggest problem with this friggin' anarchy is there's no way for the government to make any money. Okay, this entire neighborhood, I'm upgrading. You can see how quickly the upgrades are taking. That means that all these buildings are going to get to be big as hell. Animals, you can do whatever you want to them. Okay, the stacks are starting to roll in. Now that I've begun to make all the housing the largest it can be. Look at the skyscrapers just popping up everywhere. I never knew that anarchy could be so glorious. You would expect everyone to just be rioting in the streets and beating the shit out of one another. But really, everyone's working together and making a ton of money doing it. Because the government gets nothing. National security surveillance. There isn't any. I'm just going buck wild, upgrading everything I can possibly find. It all changes in a split second, like at the drop of the hat. It just upgrades immediately. Look at this, all this upgrade.
I think the government is fucking like a construction trailer on the edge of town.
You don't need water. Water is like a secondary
it only has power
There's
for
no reason
half
for
the day.
It doesn't provide any sort of capitalistic gain.
There's only one person who works there part-time.
Sure, what the hell? Welcome everyone to Big Ass Oak City.
There isn't even a phone line.
We'll find out. Okay, I'm destroying all this water. We need more land to build more businesses. Y'all ready for this? There we go. All this is just industry.
Filling in the fucking ocean like Dubai.
Work all day. Oh, I can have one of these now. It's 80 grand, but I want it. Whoredom City? Whoredom? I'm going to put right here in the industrial area. There's no low-class people that can even afford to live in there. Over here, we've got a total population of 1,500 people. Over here, people are starting to move in. But again, no one that's low-class. Like, this is a third low-class. There is none over here. Private companies are allowed to provide armed and unarmed security services. So basically, the police are owned by the people. The state doesn't run anything. Depending on how you want your laws, this could be a good or a bad thing. Oh, there's flying in now. What the hell? Look at downtown. You can hear police sirens now. Oh, this city is way better than our other city. We can have an entire friggin' amusement park now. Where in the hell can I fit this thing? Destroy more water. Right there. Frickin' sweet. Everyone gets monorails. I don't even care anymore. I have so much money that we can do whatever the hell we want. I put a marina down. People are sailing out.
Jesus, look at how much money he's bringing in.
I know.
Buildings, monorails,
in anarchy.
Completely out of debt. We're making
as the government. As the government. What the fuck?
I think that these were industrial buildings. I'm really not sure. So I'm just gonna put
like
more money-making buildings where they used to be. There's a Corvette
in City Hall,
in every driveway and a pool in every backyard. Solari City. I can build this now. Oh. This thing is enormous. I'm gonna put it over here, I guess. I don't even know.
Look he's got a huge ass map. Yeah, he can build all over the place.
I don't even know what this is. I'm just putting floating cities everywhere because honestly, at this point, I have so much money that why not? It's weird. It turned from a libertarian anarchy into a libertarian oligarchy without me doing anything. It just happened. We built the entire city up as an anarchy, and God, we made a lot of money doing it. Every time I put a road up, I have to attach a monorail because it gets so congested immediately. I think we did it, and I think we know what type of government is superior. Anarchy for the win, I guess. When you got that much money coming in, it's impossible to hate it. Our credit ratings are AAA. We do whatever we want. Hey, let's hope you enjoy this episode of City State. Till the next time, stay foxy and much love.
Oh, fuck, dude. All right.
Hey, man. Gray still plays, man. Check him out on YouTube. Big channel, but...
That's all the proof you need.
Yeah, anarchy.
Oh, shit, dude.
I know. Tom P sitting there trying to tell you that like anarcho-capitalism won't work. We just saw a simulation, dude. It's totally fine.
That's a simulation, nigga. Like, yo, could you imagine the crime rate living there with no fucking police?
No, we had police. The private sector bought and paid for their own police.
Then I buy him.
See, the problem with that simulation, though, is he simulated from the get-go in anarchy versus having an already built society go into anarchy.
Yeah. It would be really hard to do, like, just as a normal thing.
Well, just the government's own.
Yeah, man. Yo, we found that earlier. Well, actually, Cam found that earlier.
Yeah, no, I cracked up. I watched it at work, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is hilarious!" Like, because the guy was legitimately surprised that like it was working out so well. Although I will say that most of those games are designed so that every government type has a path to victory if you make the right decision.
Yeah.
Well, he said that the one where the previous one, it was working, but almost everyone was poor.
Everyone was poor.
So you can
everyone was poor, but they were happy.
But you can build a giant poor city that is profitable, but no one has any money, and the government is huge and makes lots of money.
And
well, yeah, look, I mean, like countries like Honduras.
Well, yeah, we say people were happy because the people just like they've lost all will to rebel or want better for themselves.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, like, yeah, I mean, look, there's tons of shithole fucking piece of garbage countries that are still like fucking functioning after like 300-400 years of piece of shit dirt hole countries and watching everybody else like around them, you know, just become these great, amazing fucking places. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that sounds like a great conversation to have on Pinoid Live. Which it is.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to come ruin y'all's show and shit.
No. I'm not saying ruin your show. The show. It's just thing that you have we've gone through for an hour and a half. So like we might do after night's gaming. I mean, me and Pinoy might do something. I don't really know yet, but I'll stay tuned. We'll figure it out here shortly. I'm sure you will all see the notifications.
Never, bro. Never.
You'll all see the notifications on Twitter and Discord, especially if Tom P has any. So
also, to 20, then we'll do a giveaway if we're playing games.
We get to 20 viewers. We do have a giveaway.
Oh shit.
Fucking free shit.
Better than the last.
How many viewers y'all got over here?
All kinds of
I don't know. We probably had like 30 people watch tonight.
Oh, I ain't bad.
We'll see. I'm gonna hit in-stream though. I'll talk to everybody in the chat that's still listening. I know there's people listening that aren't chatting. Yeah, just stay tuned. We'll be around somewhere, sometime later tonight.